Hello everybody, I'm Jason Burrill, and as a health supported rider this year, they've asked us to ask some of our fellow health supported riders some questions. So I've come up with 10 for young Christian Smith. My first question is, what's it like to race your twin brother?
Okay. I personally think it's quite good to race my twin brother, as it allows me to have someone to talk to and have a competition against, and then it helps bring each other on without having to try and train solo and try and push by yourself. Whereas if you have a brother, you can go out at the same time, push each other, and get those lap times down, which is quite fun.
Second question, best thing about your current race bike?
I think the best thing about my current bike is its speed and its manoeuvrability. Is it's quite easy to change direction, and it's quite fast down the straight, so it allows you to keep that speed up through the corners.
Third question, tell me how you got into riding motorcycles in the first place.
I started getting into motorcycles because of my mum and dad, because they previously rode bikes themselves. My dad used to do track days and then got into racing, and then I just bugged them enough until I could ride.
Fourth question, what's the biggest moment or crash you've had so far?
I think the biggest moment or crash I've had was my first ever race meeting on a road bike. And it was probably my third ever race, and I high-sided out of clearways and landed on my head.
Fifth question, what's the best part of a race weekend for you?
I think the best part of the race weekend is that moment when you're sat on the start line waiting to get going, as it gets your adrenaline up and you get that butterflies in your stomach and you just get really excited.
Sixth question, what do you do to train for racing?
To train for racing, I have a road bike and I like to put some miles in. Every time I go out, I probably aim to do about 30 miles a time. And then we have a weight bench and weights at home, so I like to do the weight training to keep the strength up, and then the cycling for the cardio.
Seventh question, best thing about Held?
I think the best thing about Held is the suits that they produce, as now being my second year in them. They're very comfortable, and their protection is insane.
Eighth question, what's the fastest you've been on a bike?
The fastest I've been on a bike, my bike doesn't have a speedo, but I think that I probably have a rough area of probably around the 120 mile an hour region, which is quite insane.
Ninth question, where do you see yourself in 10 years' time?
Hopefully in 10 years' time, I'd like to be riding around in the World Superbike or MotoGP paddock, hopefully near the front, trying to make a name for myself.
10th question, describe the first time you got your knee and your elbow down.
The first time I got my knee down was my first ever time on a road bike, and it was at Ron Haslam Race School in the Donington Park car park, and it was the most scary but also fun thing I've ever done.